All right, testing 1 2. We are back on. Welcome back to the show, peoples. As you see, I have set up my magical tripod so you guys can listen and enjoy the scenery, so you don't have to look at my black ass. I can't believe those people just jumped off the side of the. Wow, I'm just doing some water slide stunts today. Anyway, let me go in the house here, and I wanted to talk about two things today. Two very basic topics, not about myself, not about my personal life or issues or whatever. The two topics of today are the U.S. elections in America, which will be happening soon. And I guess the secondary topic is just whatever's my news feed keeps getting obliterated by all this celebrity shit. So I'm going to drop my little 2 cents on this. Not that I really care about much of it, but they're spamming it all over the fucking airwaves like it's the most important thing. I'm talking about this, the P. Diddy thing or whatever going on in the news. Rather than focusing on all the school children they're bombing over in the so-called Middle East and stuff like that, they want to focus on this Hollywood sex party shit or whatever. America is interesting, the whole media machine. So I guess this show today it's going to have nothing to do with Thailand. This is all about America. And I'm removing myself from the equation, all right, which I don't normally do because this is my show and I talk about shit relating to me usually. But today's show ain't about me. The Shimmy Cast show ain't about me today. First of all, let's talk about the election in America. For one, I'll let you guys know I have not voted since I believe the year 2000. That's been 24 years I have not voted because I've lost faith in the system. Listen on and I'll tell you why, but yeah, I lost faith in that shit a long time ago, decades ago. It's broken, it don't work. But I want to talk about this now because, well, here I'm in Thailand, right? Just enjoying my little, swimming pool and shit like that. The first thing that happens when I turn on the TV screen in the morning, even though it's mostly used for a monitor, I do watch YouTube music videos and shit like that. I do not have YouTube Premium currently here in Thailand. I need to make it a priority to renew it because I am getting ads like most of you. Some of you may have got an ad when you played this video before you clicked on it. I ain't getting nothing off of it, right? So I don't like to burn up my time like that normally, so I need to renew that shit. But interestingly enough, for the last week, every single day, the very first ad I see says, "Are you a U.S. citizen? You can vote from abroad." Do. If you're an expat listening to my show, I'm sure there's many in Thailand locally that do. You probably got the same ad if you don't pay for YouTube Premium. America wants its citizens to vote regardless of what country or whatever they're in. So I keep getting all these ads for so-called absentee ballots. One came on today. It even said all you got to do is just scan this barcode on your TV here and you can vote from abroad. You don't even have to go to the embassy. You could just scan and vote just like that. That doesn't even sound legitimate, actually. You want to talk about election fraud and shit like that. Now, many people will say, "Oh, bro, Jimmy, whatever, you're black and this, and what about your parents and your ancestors? And they fought for the right to vote, and they marched, and fire hoses and dogs got sicked on them, and Martin Luther King, and all that shit or whatever, right?" This is someone with someone smarter than me and many other people explain to me the purpose of voting, right? I did well in school and all this like history and politics and poli-sci stuff or whatever. I know that America has an electoral college, a two-party system, and your citizen votes don't actually even elect the president or the House or anything like that. It's gone down to the electoral college, which is about 20 or 30 crackers that really decide which way things are going to flow anyway. So I know the process is futile, right? But voting, for those of you who have never voted before, I don't want to discourage you. Don't listen to my dumbass about this shit. Voting can actually be beneficial for local, meaning in your city, state, or town, local measures and initiates about property taxes, school funding, police funding, what we're going to build next, stadiums, parks, shit like that. That's actually useful, maybe, sometimes, to vote for. It's not just about being, you know, who you're going to vote for the president, who you're going to vote for the face on TV to rule over you for. Although that's what they really want to portray it as, right? Now, in my particular experience, I had a bad experience with voting back in 2000. It was actually during the, I'm registered independent for those of you that don't know. But back in the 2000s, 99, 2000 or whatever, I was living in Orlando, Florida. And there was something on the ballot. I didn't give a fuck who the president was going to be, actually. But there was a local initiative on the ballot about, do you want to build a train, a high-speed rail train to drive from Orlando to Tampa, Florida? And I thought to myself, yeah, I'm going to get out and vote because that would be awesome. They were going to put a train track in the middle of I-4, Interstate 4, which goes from Orlando to Tampa. And it was supposed to be like a fucking super fast bullet train to get you there very fast. Now, at the particular time, I'm living in Orlando and would commute to Tampa about 3 to 4 times a week. All my car shop and racing shit's out there. Tampa is the mecca for car shit. Orlando sucks. Just a bunch of Puerto Rican spics, right? So if you want any racers in Florida, no. Your shit's got to be done up in Tampa or Miami if you're getting any kind of serious stuff done to your cars, right? So I wanted to vote for this high-speed rail thing is my point, right? So I go and vote for this shit, Measure A, B, C, whatever. I believe they called it the Sun Rail or the Sun Pass or some shit like that. I voted for it. It passed, okay? And for the next 24 years, nothing happened. To this day, okay, there is still not a train track going from Orlando to Tampa in the middle of the highway that I voted for that said we're going to put this funding here, whatever, because some niggas stole the money. For 24 years straight, they stole the money. It ain't never happening. So I lost faith in the whole voting process 24 years ago. What's the point of voting if you're not going to do what the fuck you say you're going to do? It's false promises. It's lies. It's deception. And I'm not taking part in that. I'm not saying one side or the other, because if you don't do what the fuck you said you were going to do, it makes me look like a fool. Okay, so you guys can have that whole shit show for whatever. It's all for show, right? So my question today, fast forward to 24, 25 years later, I flip on the TV, YouTube ad comes on. Like I said, are you a U.S. citizen? Register to, you can vote abroad. Just scan this QR code and come and vote. Fuck you. I'm not voting for your system. But my point is this, right? This ad comes on every day, which costs lots of money to get premium ad spots and first roll, pre-rolls. How dare you interrupt my video and podcast with this voting election shit, right? Fuck that. Right, so I don't like the process, but someone's paying a large amount of money to target me. They know that I'm an American citizen. They know based on my English language search suggestions. Even though I got a damn Thai account here, they know that they know who I am. They know that I'm an American and that I can vote. Well, I'm not voting for none of y'all, or I ain't voting for nothing. I'm not running for office myself, so you guys can have that show or whatever, right? But how much money is these governments and political parties spending to go and get your vote? And why is it so goddamn valuable if they already have the script and the script writer and everything's already kind of pre-planned or pre-engineered to go down a certain path? That's what I want to know. I already know what the future is for the next 10 years. Just ask me. I should put the charts up on this thing, but it's like, if you go and follow, so you guys who are living abroad know about this. If you follow the currency conversion rates or whatever for US dollar versus whatever kind of currency around the planet, you can see the 10-year forecasts of what's going to happen. The World Bank, the WEF and all that, they have this shit already pre-planned and engineered. I can tell you what the currency rate's going to be now, a year from now, 5 years from now, and 10 years from now. Basically, I'll even give you a spoiler. The next year and a half, it's going to be shit. Just so you know, the US dollar versus Thai baht, it's dropped over 12% in the last month. It's gone from 37 bahts to the dollar down to 33 in like one fucking month. Your dollar's lost like 12% of the value in a month. It's going to drop even further. It's going to drop from 33 down to fucking 30, and it's going to be like shit for like a year and a half. 2 years from now, it's going to, US dollar is going to dig itself up out of the ditch. Currency value is going to go up, and eventually it's going to start rising again and surpass where it's at now, I believe, in about 5 years. But the next year and a half, it's going to be tough times. So if you're in America or whatever, you know, be prepared to eat shit for the next year and a half or 18 months. I ain't going to be there. Good luck, motherfuckers. The writing's on the wall. The Jews have already pre-planned this shit out. You know, let's just, don't matter who the president's going to be. All I care about is the currency conversion rate. Now, my question is, okay, my question, since I already know what the value of a buck's going to be over the next decade, you can plan your life accordingly or whatever, but my question is, 2 years from now, in 2026, it shows America making like an economic turnaround. The dollar stabilizes. You know, everyone knows shit's fucked up in America now. Houses is $1 million. People living in blue tarp tents on the street. You know, they haven't started eating each other yet, as far as I know, but it's getting to that point. Maybe in another year or so, but in a year and a half from now, shit's going to start turning around. How is America going to do that? Are they planning another war, invasion, sanctions, COVID? Something, some kind of shakeup is going to happen within the next 18 months. Even though there's little shit happening all over the world every single day, something to affect the currency is going to help America kind of rebound. Maybe the new election, the new president, whoever the fuck it is, whatever the case may be, shit's going to be rough for a little bit. It's going to be tight for a little bit, then it'll get better. Maybe they'll introduce universal basic income. Maybe they'll just loosen the collar up on the citizenry a little bit before they revolt and riot and take the shit over or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to be there to catch any of the blowback. But when you niggas start issuing checks and debit cards and do the next COVID or whatever, I'll be back to get mine. Okay? But that's the future of the American currency system or whatever. That's all I really care about. I can't really control anything else. I'm just a dumb nigger sitting on the balcony that likes to run on the beach and grow trees. So that's all that I can do for you. You got to ask somebody white to help you, most likely. More than likely. I can't affect or change the system or even expect to be taken seriously. But seriously, though, if you don't think that I'm bullshitting you, go and look up the value of the US dollar over the next 10-year predictions on many other sites, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And that's what you should base your many of your life decisions around. You don't want to be in a country while the currency's upside down. It just makes times way too hard for people. People start getting desperate, stealing, robbing, scamming. You know, it just gets a little too fucked up. Sorry, I don't want to be there for that. So that's my thing about voting. How much is my vote worth? For all the money they've probably spent, who the fuck knows, at least $100 just showing me ads. Why wouldn't you just give me $100 and I'll vote for whoever the fuck you want me to vote for? Or my question is my U.S. citizen vote worth more than $100? Is it worth more than $1,000? Can you put a price on it? Is someone making me an offer to buy my vote? Please do tell me in the comments. Shit, you niggas want to send me a check or something, drop me a little wire transfer. I'll vote for whatever fucking party you want. Tell me all about it in the details. You're paying for the ads. That's bribery within itself. Quit spamming my goddamn television. Can't escape you fuckers even 10, 20,000 miles away. So with all that said, whatever. Vote for whoever you're going to vote for, or don't vote for nobody. I've heard that for the most part, and I guess it's true, most black people, black Americans, they're usually Democratic. Whatever. I'm independent. I'm not Democratic. Just so that you guys know, in case you didn't, Martin Luther King actually was a registered Republican. I'm just saying. Just saying. But who's really going to be in front of the microphone and the camera? I think we already know the answer to that. But the more important question you should be asking yourself is, who is America going to have wars and conflicts and spats with? What kind of events are going to happen in America over the next year and a half? and what's going to happen to turn things around? These are all questions that I do not know the answer to, nor do I care to take the time to explore, because I have other things to focus on or whatever. So there's some morning food for thought. Now, on to part two. This Hollywood shit is also in my feed. I can't escape from it on Twitter, on all this social, TikTok, YouTube, everything. Everyone's talking about P. Diddy and Hollywood and all this. Really, it's just another trend of crucifying black men is all that it is. It doesn't matter whether it's Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, O.J. Simpson, whoever, Obama, I don't know. If you're a black man in the public spotlight and you have money, fame, or influence, you're not going to leave the industry or the planet with a clean slate. So you can forget about that. So that's not the point of what I'm saying here, though. That's obvious. That's a given. Okay, you knew that before you got into the game or whatever, right? But here's my question that I want to pose to so-called black celebrities and influencers and all these rappers, actors, and everyone you keep seeing on TV or whatever. First of all, the music a lot of these cats made back in the 90s and 2000s was some of the greatest music ever made. I don't even listen to modern shit. If you made some shit after like 2002 or 3, I really don't even want to hear that shit for the most part. It's fucked up. It's synthesized, computerized, it lacks talent, it lacks flavor. If you go to any club or music venue or whatever here today, in modern day times, you will still hear 1990s West Coast hip hop and back in the golden era when music was actually pretty fucking good and people had talent and skills. Now anybody with an iPhone's a rapper. Everyone's a fucking shimmy cash, I guess. I suppose I'm no different, but the music produced was of much higher quality back then, right? So now about this what the fuck is P. Diddy stuff, man. I don't think I have any of his. I've never bought any of his CDs or tapes or songs. I'm not really an East Coast rapper kind of motherfucker. I'm born in the West Coast. My thing, with the exception of Nas, I'm not really into any East Coast shit, really. I go back as far as the Last Poets from the 1970s in New York. That's about as East Coast as I get. But I'm pretty much on that West Coast shit, right? With a little bit of Miami music, but Miami's not even really considered that East Coast, really. That's its own flavor. I like the Dirty South music, though. Atlanta, that kind of shit. New Orleans, Juvenile, Birdman, all that kind of shit. I listen to that. But anyway, yeah, about P. Diddy, okay? Now, I've never spent much time in New York other than passing through the airports. I don't know much about it. I don't know about New York culture, New York flavor. I don't know my way around New York, so who am I to speak on somewhere where I have spent maybe only a couple of hours throughout my life, right? But based upon what I see on the show here, okay, this nigga's got money. I'm talking about P. Diddy. He's got money, he's got influence, he's got fame, he likes to party, he fucks a lot of hoes, this and that. Whatever, it's your life, enjoy it, right? But like I say, a black man doesn't leave the industry or the country or just this life scot-free in most circumstances, especially with a lot of influence, right? So, I mean, here's my point of my show here. Why, okay, instead of catching all these cases and allegations, right, if you had so-and-so, you did so-and-so to so-and-so, you fucked this girl at this party, you did this, you did that, my question to all these guys here, why didn't you guys just book porn stars? I mean, that way you have their ID, you have a consent form, you have the videos you can sell afterwards. Yeah, you get your money back basically or whatever. So it bewilders me how, you could be worth multi-millions of dollars, right? And you meet some girl at a nightclub who you don't know. She got nice tits, smile, ass, whatever. For whatever reason, you take this girl back to your house or whatever. Have a party with her, whatever. And the next day, you get all these kind of blowback. Maybe not the next day. Who knows? Maybe a year or two later or whatever. your name starts coming up. Her name came in. You're like, who's this? Who's that? Oh, I went to a party with so and so, so and so. Now I want, $1 million, so and so, so and so settlement to keep my mouth shut. It makes you wonder, like, dude, why couldn't you have gone to a model agency and booked a porn star or a girl that's obviously, sex work is her job? Why don't you just go and book her and pay her rate, man? And you don't have any, you don't have any blowback. I think, what was that guy's name? The white dude, Charlie Sheen. He was famous for actually booking a lot of porno girls or whatever. A lot of them from some of the same agencies I used to, whatever. A lot of what you want to call A-list Hollywood or even B or C-list Hollywood celebrities, they book adult video girls. They fucks with them or whatever because it's probably more efficient and it just saves you headaches, man. Right? You're not going to have any of these girls coming back at you. It's no wild ass accusations. Oh, he fucked me. He did this to me. He did that. Well, that's what he booked you for. That's what you signed up for. That's what you signed the paper for. That's what you got the 2257. At the very minimum, you guys might think I'm a dumbass nigga, right? But at least I have model releases and IDs and consent forms and all this shit for every girl that's in any of my websites, movies, or whatever. I've done everything the legal way. Yes, that's her signature. Yes, that's her skinning and grinning, holding up her driver's license. And yes, that's her with the money in her hand after, right? So, I just wonder why black celebrities in particular don't fuck with porn stars. Actually, I take that back. There's the only guy that I know of that black celebrity guys is Jamie Foxx. He frequently shows up to the AVN awards and many of the conventions that I go to or whatever. And he's always known for having some like porn star girlfriend. He typically, books the black porn star girls or whatever, but he's a well-known face or whatever in the circle. And I wonder why more people aren't like Jamie Foxx. I don't actually like Jamie Foxx's ass, actually, but he's smart enough to at least book models throughout the same route that I do. You're never going to hear him getting caught up in no scandals or whatever. I could pretty much guarantee it because I know who he's fucking with for the most part, and they ain't about no bullshit. Porno girls ain't about no bullshit. They're here to get their money, do their scene, do their work, and they're on about their merry lives or whatever, right? It's just the random, the nightclub party chicks or whatever that keep crossing these people up. I just wonder why they just don't book models, because it's like a lot of the video girls. Many of the ones I've worked with, a lot of them are also bookable for music video and promotional work. Now, you guys might not recognize, well, maybe you have, but a lot of the so-called rap music video girls are porn stars that get paid the half a day or day rate. They don't get a lot of money for just showing up, shaking their ass in a music video. In case you're wondering, they often get between starting at $600 to like about maybe $1,000, and for like my projects, most chicks might get about $1,200 or whatever. They're not getting like thousands of dollars for this kind of stuff. They're just like background clip art, dancing in a music video or whatever, right? Just letting you guys know. But that seems to be the more, I don't know why they don't go that route, man. If you want to fuck models, book models, but they go the route by trying to take a civilian girl and then convert or transform her into a model and a porn star, which is a very wrong thing to do. I don't do that shit. I make sure, hey, girl, you done video, whatever, you cool? Yeah, I do this, I work for them. That is what it is, man. But I think a lot of the, your P. Diddy's, your Russell Simmons, you're this guy, you're that guy, if you would have just gone through the proper route of being a producer with a camera and a contract and the money, you wouldn't find yourself in this type of predicament. It's like it's the one landmine that people could always fuck with you about. Now, fortunately, me in my case here, I don't have this to worry about because I don't do shit like that. If I want the girl, I book the girl, pay your rate, and whatever. And a lot of people, years and years ago, they used to say to me, "Oh, you paid that girl how much money? You paid her how much? Hundreds or thousands of dollars?" I'm like, yeah, because I'm paying not just to fuck the girl, I'm paying for her image and the rights to use and resell her image or whatever in the future. I'm just prepaying for this up front, right? And just for the record, any of you that have considered copycatting me, say you want to be the next Shimmy Cash, you want to be the next, well, nigga can do it, I can do it. Maybe so, perhaps, if you know about marketing and this and that. But I mean, the barrier to entry is so fucking high now. I just want to tell you guys, you cats who are thinking about doing what I'm doing, right? Just so you know, most girls that I book for these little scenes that are a scene or two, half a day, that kind of shit. I mean, it pays starting at $1,200 for professional models, right? Not really a lot of money, but it's not a little bit of money either. So if you consider that, even if you just want to have a website starting out, let's just say you need a catalog of like, say, 100 girls, okay? That's damn near $120,000 or something like that. So unless you have 6 figures already that you're able to invest and spend just on, I'm not talking about the testing fees, the lab, location, the website, the equipment, the lights, just for paying the girl's salary alone. You can't do me or you can't be me unless you have $100,000 to begin with. But you're not going to make any money back until you spend at least 100 G's in this day and age for this kind of website video shit. It just ain't going to happen, because your old movies build, your new movies build on the popularity of your old movies. So you have to start a series. The series has to be established. It's got to be, you got to be embedded in all these channels and shit, which just happens organically over time. So I would say that unless you have a time machine and $100,000 plus to start with, really about $150,000 or $200,000, you can't expect to have any kind of foothold in this business or industry. There is a barrier to entry that most people are unable to cross. Right? You can't start a website with one girl and one video. I know there's a lot of people that think, oh, my girl, me and my girl, we could just make this. We can make a porno. All right, you're going to make one video, sure. Well, what about the other 1,500? You can't just keep filming the same bitch 1,000 times over and over and over. You're going to need a variety of models, which is going to cost you money. And even if you're doing these, what do you want to call this, OnlyFans type of content, a lot of chicks now, younger generation, they're doing these things called collaborations, where two like OnlyFans models will collaborate. They won't pay any money to each other, but they'll just share the content. That kind of stuff usually creates trashy, just shit quality content, filler content, I like to call it. I prefer to just film my stuff in my series, and you know, just I have no problem in just paying a chick. Okay, there a lot of guys, they can't even cross that barrier. Oh, I could never pay a girl for real. I guess you ain't gonna be a porn producer then, nigga. Your ego and your male pride, bro, are gonna prevent you from being a rich man. So that's it. I mean, that's the only 2 cents I gotta say about it, man. I'm not gonna drag this on any further than what I have to. But that's just my question to all the rap. All these, like, it seems like every rapper nigga, he wants to be a porno star. Right? You turn on a rapper's video, there's all kind of bitches dancing on cars, shaking their ass. It doesn't matter. There's sexy, scantily clad women, naked or half naked or more. This guy's surrounding himself with bitches, a whole bunch of them, right? That's what you want to portray your image as, okay? If you want to be a porn star, nigga, just be a porn star. You don't have to be a rapper to get bitches. You don't. This is all fake. If you want to get a swimming pool full of girls, okay? For one, it's a crime. If you have a nice mansion and a swimming pool full of girls and you're not fucking them all, there's not some porno shit going on, if they're just doing some little fake jumping up and down while the camera says rolling, that's a waste of money in my fucking opinion. Yeah, if you're going to have a party, have a fucking party. Let's be real about this shit. Now, certain people just chose the wrong path, man. P. Diddy should have been a porn star. He shouldn't have been a rapper or a musician. All these niggas here, they should have just been in the porn. They've chosen the wrong career paths, nigga. If your addiction, if you have a sex addiction, you need to monetize that by becoming a porn star or a porn producer or both. Okay, that's just like obvious. The guy's musical talent, P. Diddy's music sucks. I actually can't name you one song that he made. I think he's just like this little cameo nigga or whatever that and does that kind of shit in the background or whatever. I'm not well versed. Again, I'm not an East Coast rap fan or whatever, so you know, I don't really like that shit no way. But yeah, man, niggas, you should have just been a porno star. You should have been a porn producer. To hell with all that other shit. You know, I just don't understand the logic. If you don't have talent in one area and you have an addiction in this one, just choose the obvious path. But they don't want to do that. So now they pay the price for it. That's all. For those of you that speak a little bit of Spanish, they have a word called prepago. Prepago. It means prepaid. It's a very popular word in Colombia. It's what they call street walking girls or hookers or whatever. They'll say, oh, she's just a prepago, meaning she's a prepaid girl, right? That's what these guys should. You should have just got a prepago. A little bit of interesting viewing for those of you that want to watch some Spanish stuff. There's a novella, which is called a common name for a Spanish soap opera. There's a novella called Sin Seños No Hay Paraíso. Or there's another version of it called Sin Tetas No Hay Paraíso. It means, in Spanish, it means without breasts there is no paradise. It is the most popular TV show in Colombia, like by far. They watch it more than the news. It's one of these, what they want to call it, one of these like narco telenovelas or whatever, right? Just about life in Colombia, but you'll hear them use this word often, prepago. Oh, she's just a prepago. She's just a hoe. Let her do her thing or whatever, right? These guys should have just got prepagos. Instead, they're catching the heat from all that shit. So, you know, it's like, there's a good side of my story too. You know, it's like, I often do these stories about how, you know, oh, the porn industry and this and just, you know, it's been negatively affected me and my family and boo-hoo-hoo. Well, there's a positive upside to it too, nigga. I don't have to fuck with any prosecution or any hoes coming out of the woodwork or whatever or saying I did this or did that to them. Why? Because I booked them and I have the receipts and I have their signature and I got their IDs. I've gone through the legal process of, you know, just the modeling paperwork or whatever, man. So there's no legal recourse. I have nothing to worry about. But all these other niggers that want to pretend like they're good people and act like they don't fuck hoes and they're upstanding, oh, no, Bill Cosby and all them, this and that. I'm like, hey, man, you guys just chose the wrong career path. You guys are sex addicts, which is nothing wrong with it. Many black men are. I just don't know why they just don't fess up to it and just be like, hey, man, you know what? Fuck this rap shit. I'm gonna just go fuck some hoes. That's what I'm good at. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy. That's where I want to spend my money. That's what you need to be doing. But don't front and pretend like you're some R&B kind of singer, dancer, rapper or something, and really, you know, you're just a sex addict with a fucking microphone. Give me a fucking break, right? Be like my nerdy black ass and pick up the camera and film some girls, all right? I'm going to end the show with that. You guys want to support my work? My name's Shimmy Cash. You can look up my video series. Popular ones are Indian Girls, Taticos, White Girl Cops, White Wives Matter, The Shimmy Show. I've got like a lot of series and stuff like that. But just go to your search engine and just type in Shimmy Cash. You'll find everything you're looking for. All my clip stores, all my videos. And you'll just see what kind of a person I am. Just keeping it real, man. But I ain't no fucking rapper, and I ain't no singer, and I ain't no dancer. Alright? Buy my movies, I want your money. Signing out from the balcony here. You guys have a great day. Take care. I'm going to jump in this pool, jump my black ass in this swimming pool, and enjoy my freedom. I don't know who y'all are voting for or whatever, but if anybody wants to buy my vote, it's for sale. Alright? To the top bidder. I really don't want to do it, but you know, you guys got to pay me at least a G. Fuck that. I don't need no $100. Send me at least a G and tell me who you want me to vote for. How about that? Now we're getting somewhere. The fuck I'm going to do with $100. All right. You guys take care. Have a great day. Shimmy Cash signing out. Enjoy.